Hello, this is Shiksha Vinay, and I'm going to teach you about basic principles of chemistry for class 11th. This is part 2. In the previous lecture, I have told you that what is the meaning of solid, liquid and gas. Now in this lecture, I teach you how can you convert one state to another. This is easy because you have already learned about it. That if you want to change liquid into gas, you have to boil it. If you want to change gas into liquid, you have to freeze it. But if you want to change gas directly into solid, what have you done? You have done sublimation process. But this kind of substance, these kind of things cannot be taken in every substance. It has a particular substance that undergoes sublimation. That's why these substances are called sublime. So now I am giving you some questions for you. What is the difference between boiling, evaporation and vaporization? Are these terms same or different? What do you think? Please search it out. And now my next question is, what is sublimation and which kind of substance, or name these substances which undergo sublimation. You have to also search about what is the effect of pressure on a state. If you increase the pressure, what happens? If you decrease the pressure, what happens in the state? Have you got my point? Now, on the basis of chemical properties, I have told you matter are classified into two groups, that is pure substance and impure or mixture. Impure substance or mixture. What do you mean by pure? Pure means have same kind of things. Means if you have pulse, there must be only the particles of pulse. That's why you say in common language it is pure. But in science it has some broader meaning, it has some intrinsic meaning, that pure substance are those which has same kind of particles. And if something has same kind of particles, its intermolecular forces are also strong. Have you got my point? Means in nature, water molecule wants to remain with water molecule. Have you got my point? So it's bonding, because it's between the water molecule and water molecule, bonding is stronger than other particles if you take water molecule and other particles. And the next important point is it cannot be separated by physical method like applying pressure, filtration, churning or moving. Have you got my point? We cannot separate it by physical method. And the pure substance are categorized in two, that is element and compound. You have already know about it. What is element? Element means consists of only one kind of atoms. If there is different atoms, it is not element. Element means collection of same kind of atoms. That means iron rod is an element because it made up of same kind of iron atoms. For example, copper rod, iron rod, hydrogen, oxygen, these are elements which are made up of same kind of atoms. And compound made up of same kind of particles that may be ions or molecules. That is, water consists of water molecules, HCl consists of HCl molecules, HNO3 consists of HNO3 molecules. Have you got my point? That's why they are called compound. Now I am give you some greater detail about compound element. I have already told you that if I take copper rod, it consists of same kind of copper atoms. These are called copper atom, copper atom, copper atom, copper atom. Every atom are copper atom. And I have already told you, if there is a same particle, its property is also same, because nothing in this universe which exists can be separated with its property. Copper has a special kind of properties, iron also has a special kind of properties, hydrogen has a special kind of properties, so we cannot separate its property with it. So every copper atom has some intrinsic properties, and this atom also has same property, this atom has same property, and by which copper is made. Have you got my point? And now iron rod is made up of different atoms than copper, because its size may be larger or its properties may be differ than this atom. But this atom and this atom are different. It is obvious. But these atoms are not different at all. These are the same atoms. These atom and these atoms are different, but these are the same atoms. Same kind of atoms. That's why it is a new substance which is called iron. That's why it is called iron element, which consists of the same kind of atoms called iron atom. Have you got my point? Based on these kind of properties, chemical and physical properties of the elements, they are classified into three groups: metal, metalloid, non-metal. What are the metal? Which kind of physical properties metal possess? They have luster, they have sonorous sound, they are generally hard and malleable, they are ductile. These are the physical properties. And the chemical property is they can oxidize. And in more general, the elements which conduct heat as well as conduct electricity are called metal. Whether in molten state or in solid state. Have you got my point? Molten means in liquid state. Graphite conduct electricity, but it is not metal. Why? Graphite has luster, but it is not metal. Why? Diamond can conduct heat, but is not metal. Why? Because graphite can conduct electricity but cannot conduct heat. And diamond can conduct heat but cannot conduct electricity. But these are the substance, sodium, potassium, cesium, lithium, all can conduct heat and electricity. That's why they are called metal. More than 92 elements are metal. Have you got my point? Surprisingly, in the universe, there are more number of metals present than metalloids and non-metal. Can you think why it is so? Another substance which conduct electricity is electrolyte, which only conduct electricity in its solution. Have you got my point? But it is a kind of compound, not element. For example, copper sulfate solution, NaCl solution, and so on. And there are another ionic salt, for example NaCl MgCl2, which also conduct electricity in its molten state. Means if you liquefy it, it may conduct electricity. But obviously these are compounds, not element, because here different kind of atoms are there which makes the salt. Have you got my point? So I have differentiated some of these, that graphite is non-metal, diamond is non-metal because it is made of made of carbon, and it cannot conduct heat and cannot conduct electricity. Now, what are non-metals? At least one of the two properties is absent, or you can say they have no luster, they have less malleable, or they are not malleable or ductile, or they do not possess lustrous properties, and like that. But the most important thing is either they conduct heat, but at the same time they cannot conduct electricity. If it conduct electricity, at the same time it cannot conduct heat. This kind of thing is called non-metal. These kind of elements are called non-metal. There are about 18 elements which are non-metal. Some of examples are helium, neon. All gases are non-metal, but some solids are also non-metal, like sulfur, phosphorus, carbon. Have you got my point? Now, what are metalloids or semi-metal? It can be defined as the conductivity which are between metal and non-metal. Or in other words, its resistance or resistivity is between metal and non-metal. There are nearly eight semi-metal in the universe. Here are the examples: boron, silicon, polonium, statin, tellurium, antimony, germanium, arsenic. So now my question is, why semi-metal are 8 Non-metals are 18, but metals are 92 or more. Can you give me answer? Think about it. Now, by which thing element consists? Yes, surely it consists of atom. But what do you mean by atom? And from where this idea came that everything made up of atom? Why we say this? If I give you the word and split it, it becomes a tom, and tom word is derived from the word tomio, which is of Greek origin, and a means not. Tomio means cuttable or divisible, means the thing that is not cuttable further. We cannot cut it in two pieces further. For example, if I cut the marker in two halves, it becomes this and this. Take an example. And now we cut this half, we got this. 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 And so on infinitely. Can you think that after a point we cannot cut it in two pieces? I cannot think, because my common sense says that yes, I can cut into two pieces again also. Why can't, why not I can cut? If you give me some tools, I can cut it. But some philosophers have different idea than me or my common sense. I'll give you some history about it so that you can understand how the word atom have come and how we know about the atomic theory as we know today. So it goes back to 2500 years in India, in South India. There is a saint who always gather grains after harvesting the field and also after the gathering of birds, after gathering the grains by the birds in that field. Then this saint used to go to that field and gather remaining grains. This is their daily work. If someday he never got grains, then he didn't eat at all day. He remains in fasting. Have you got my point? During this kind of job, the saint one day thought about, what if I cut this grain into two pieces? And what if again if I cut these pieces into another two pieces? And what if when I cut these pieces further and further, what will happen? This kind of thinking lead a pathway to originate an idea of Kan, that this saint had said that everything comes from the smaller tiny piece of something which cannot be divided further. That is now called Parmanu in Sanskrit. And the name of Saint Kanad perhaps is given due to his gathering of grains from the fields. Now there is another story which is about 460-370 BC Greece. There is a philosopher named Democritus who coined the word atom. He also envisages the idea that everything must come from a smaller particle which cannot be further divided. Now in modern times, John Danton in 1988 hypothesized the postulates of matter, in which he said that the main points of atom, which we will study in this chapter ahead, and then we know that atom can also be divided in further pieces, that we say that electron, which is discovered by J.J. Thomson, and proton, which is discovered by Rutherford and Goldstein, and neutron covered by James Chadwick. And now we know that various kind of particles, due to the discovery of radioactivity by Henry Becquerel, we today know about various kind of particles, whether antiparticles or particles, quark, lepton, muon, meson, up-down quark, down quark, and so on. Lepton. So in this chapter we will study about how the concrete concept of atom comes from the regular discoveries by some great scientists. In the next lecture we will deal further detail about concept of chemistry in more detail. Thank you.